Hey guys, how's it going? Solo back with yet another daily stock market video, and let's talk about rocket companies today. Big in the news yesterday for good reasons, big in the news today, unfortunately, for bad reasons. This is the heat map from yesterday. So in the market on yesterday, we went from this to this today. As you can see, not much of a difference here. Still, big tech is really driving the stock market down. NASDAQ 100, the QQQ, the cubes, big losses today. In fact, the Dow Jones was flat to a little bit green during parts of the day, but the SPY, the S&P 500 ETF, which is predominantly made up of big tech stocks, the SPY was down, the NASDAQ was down. Let me know in the comments below, is this the tech bubble popping or deflating? Because it really seems that for months and months, the tech stocks are what was keeping the stock market alive. And now that the stocks are dipping, really bringing the whole market down with it. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. But you can see big red on the big tech stocks. Tesla down almost 5% again. Tesla has dropped considerably. It had highs around $900. Now today we closed at $653. Amazon, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Apple. The semis are just getting beaten down hard. AMD, it wasn't too long ago that we were talking about AMD going to 100. AMD's back around the $80 range. But everything is Micron, Texas Instruments, NVIDIA, Intel, Qualcomm, you name it. The semis are getting hit really hard right now. But let's get right into the video and talk about rocket companies. So here's how Rocket did today. Down almost 33%. So we went up big green yesterday and big red today. Basically gave it all back, almost, but not quite. After hours though, a little bit of a reprieve, up another 2% after hours. But on the week, you're still looking pretty good. Look at this like staircase pattern here, just up and up and up. Looks like we were just kind of building momentum the past couple of days. So we took off to the moon yesterday and then kind of came back down to earth today. But you're still up over 40% on the week, even after the 33% sell-off today. If you were an early proponent or early investor in Rocket, you're doing pretty good. On the month, look at this. You're still up 31% on the month. Past 3 months, you're still up over 41%. And Rocket Companies hasn't been trading for a year now, but if you were an investor from basically day one, you're still up 58.5%. Let's take a look at the options because I know the premiums were extra juicy today, especially during the big sell-off. TD Ameritrade did not let me sell puts on Rocket Companies. The same error I was getting when I was trying to sell puts on GameStop. It says that the shares are hard to borrow and it would immediately reject my trade. Let me know if you guys are using Thinkorswim or TD Ameritrade or other brokers, and were they also essentially blocking you from making trades on Rocket Companies or GameStop? But a little bit upset about that in the morning, but actually it worked out in my favor because if I did open up some puts in the morning, Rocket Companies sold off all day long. So I probably would have been in the red. So in this instance, thank you TD Ameritrade for blocking my trade because you probably saved me a few bucks at the end of the day. But take a look at this. If we go at the money, even for an expiration in 2 days, March 5th, you would collect $230 in premium for putting up $2,850 in capital. That is still a return on risk of, wow, 8.1% for only 2 days of trading. That's extra juicy. Let me know if you would consider opening up some puts. If you look at the ticker below, I did open up some cash secured puts on Rocket Companies yesterday for the $20 strike price, and I'll explain why in a minute when we take a look at the TradingView chart. But I did sell some puts for a little bit of money, a little bit of taco money, so I do have some skin in the game here. But let's take a look at a news article I saw. So this one is out of Bloomberg, and it's titled "Rocket Falls as RBC Suggests Reddit-Driven Rally is Overdone." You think Wall Street Bets is done with this stock? I don't know. I actually saw on Swaggy Stocks that RKT actually overtook GameStop for the most popular ticker on Wall Street Bets today. So we'll have to see tomorrow and Friday if the Rocket saga continues or did we blast off the space and come back down within 2 days. This was actually a pretty good article. Like we said, 33% drop today to around $28 and a penny, which is its steepest decline ever. And actually today, an analyst from RBC Capital Markets downgraded the stock from outperform to perform, and they kept the price target the same of $30. And it seems as though this was triggered, they're saying, similar to what happened to GameStop, that the Redditors noticed that this was a heavily shorted stock. It says right here, team's heavy short interest in the stock was exposed, driving a jump at the open, and the dam burst once heavy open interest in $30 call options were triggered, fueling another dealer gamma squeeze like we have seen with GameStop. Now, it says Rocket right now still carries a 46% short interest as a percentage of float, according to S3 Analytics. And this is from a published report that actually came out yesterday. I'm going to be curious to see what the short float is after today's trading day. And it says evidence of this short squeeze can be shown by the fact that the price was able to drop just as quickly as it moved up, proving that the move was also likely due to artificial demand from short sellers having to buy the stock back once they receive margin calls on their position. Now, the other thing is that it says Rocket's jump may have been a matter of time, according to Bloomberg intelligence analyst Ben Elliott. It says Rocket has been a fringe meme stock for a while, so I figured something like this would eventually happen. I don't know if it was really a meme stock. I mean, I think people were investing in Rocket because they believed in the company. It really wasn't that popular on Wall Street Bets, in my opinion, up until a few days ago. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But basically, the analysts are saying that the company is not justifying the 16 to 17x PE, or sorry, I should say price to forward earnings multiple implied by its close yesterday. And he's saying that with a market value that's worth more than some of its peers combined, the company has cemented itself as a heavyweight in the emerging mortgage tech sector following an August IPO that was bolstered by retail investors and housing market tailwinds. So let me know, do you have shares or options on Rocket companies? Did you make money? Hopefully you did. Are you still bag holding? Let me know in the comments below. And also let me know, do you think it's going to go back up, or are we going to sell off back to where we started from? And here's the TradingView chart here on Rocket companies. And this is the reason why I wanted to play it a little bit safe and sell some 20 strike puts. Because if we look, before we went to the moon here, Rocket company was basically hovering around $19, $20, $21 for a long time. I mean, if I zoom out here, it's basically been living with a support level around $19, $20 since basically September. Actually, even before that, it hit $20 back in August when it first IPO'd. So for the longest time, you can see I have these yellow support lines here. Looks like Rocket company never really dropped down below $18 or so. So I said to myself, you know what? If Rocket does come back down all the way to $20 and I get assigned, so be it, because the lowest it's ever gone is around $17, $18. And I can live with that. I can sell covered calls and run the wheel on Rocket. And I know a lot of people, I know one person in our Discord server has been wheeling Rocket for months, making good money. So I know it's certainly possible. If it wants to just trade flat like this, that's great. That's a great wheel stock because you don't get a lot of huge fluctuations in terms of the price movement there. I mean, you could even not wheel it, but you could just keep running iron condors on it if it wants to trade flat for such a long time. Now, obviously, this is not financial advice. I'm just throwing out my opinions out there. Always do your own due diligence and research before making any trades. But I think tomorrow we'll have more of a sell-off on Rocket. We just shot up way too fast, came down way too fast. Unless Wall Street Bets keeps memeing this stock, we'll have to take a look to see what the Reddit board is saying tonight before the market open tomorrow. But that's why I went to sell puts very low, because I was afraid of this, that in case this was the top yesterday and we do come back, honestly, you know, I sold these puts, and at the time, Rocket was trading in the 40s, right? So I said 20 strike put. Rocket would have to drop 50% in 3 trading days between today, tomorrow, and Friday. And I said, there's no way that this stock is going to drop 50%, especially with all this hype. Well, I'm actually getting a little bit nervous because today we dropped 33%. So there's not much left to go. I mean, we're literally $8 away from my strike price right now. But like I said, when I opened this trade, I was okay getting assigned those shares based on the historical price data of Rocket. So that's my due diligence, or that's my take on Rocket. Let's end the video looking at the option flow data to see what the big money investors were doing with Rocket today. So here's Sweepcast, the option flow program that I've been using and testing out. And today, a total of 77 calls came in, 23 puts. However, the overall sentiment, according to this program, is bearish. Not a lot of big money came in on Rocket today. In fact, the highest valued option order was actually just shy of $1 million. I mean, there was a lot of options you can see here in the 6-figure range. But usually with some of these hype stocks and meme stocks, I'm usually used to seeing $1 million, $2 million, $3 million option flows come in. I'm actually interested why a lot of the big money didn't put money into this right now. But this kind of supports our claim. If the overall sentiment, according to this option flow program, is bearish, they might also be thinking, the big money might also be thinking that tomorrow we're going to have a continuation of the sell-off. We'll have to see if I get assigned shares of stock or not. And if I do, like I said, I'm just going to run the wheel on it and sell some covered calls for hopefully some more juicy premiums. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. Make sure you join the Discord server if you're not in there already. Add me on StockTwits, Instagram, Reddit, and Twitter. And most importantly, hope you're having a green week, and I'll see you on the moon.